Hi guys. So I said that I was gonna show off all the stuff I made with clay that was made actually before this YouTube channel was. And yeah, so this has a little bit of plastic wrap on it. It's like a little fruit bowl. I made this about 5-6 years ago. I don't know what clay it was, I can't really remember, but I think I'll just take them out of the bowl and show them individually, but like also different. So that one is a pumpkin, you can see. That one is a lime. That one's supposed to be an orange. Doesn't have much of a texture. This one's a pickle that doesn't look like a pickle. This is corn, which is also attached to a watermelon. And here's the other half of the watermelon. Here is a carrot. That's a lemon. That's a turnip. I guess that's a coconut. I don't really remember. But yeah, it's a coconut. That's an eggplant. I guess this is just some grapes. A blueberry. Or, like, some type of berry. I don't really remember. And then there's blueberries over there. And a banana. A kiwi. Yeah, it's kind of just a brown blob. Here's a nice looking onion. I really like this one. It has a good texture and color. Here's some other raspberry thing. And then this is a red onion. I don't know why I made it. And I can't pause this and then film more, so I'm just gonna put this all back quickly and go on to the next bit. So I think I'll start again with this thing, which is the bigger stuff that I made out of clay around 3 years ago. It was around the same time I was making all the other clay stuff, but this is the way bigger stuff when I started actually getting really into it. Okay, that cheese, and it's not very big cheese. It's kind of just yellow orange thing with holes. And there's a sun here, sunglasses. It's pretty cute, I think. Here's a crab. This is one that took a lot of clay. This is 100% clay. There's nothing on the inside. And yeah, he's really hard right now. I think he's drying out. Here is a deformed seahorse that I made for my mom. The head is a bit weird. Also, this thing moves really badly to the side. Should probably fix that. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Next we have weird sea dragon. It kind of just looks like an eel with a tail and fins and a mouth. Roar. And this is actually a little thing that comes out of its mouth. So now you can shoot some water or something. There's bits of Spider-Man in here. I think his body kind of just died. Oh, and here's a doomsday button. It's a tiny skull. And here's the rest of the bits of Spider-Man. Oh, here's a tiny snake. And here's the last bit of Spider-Man. Also has a small web. Here's a weird thing I made for Valentine's Day for my mom. It's a weird heart thing. And then there's this little black piece, which I have no clue where it came from. And second last is this dragon. It doesn't look that good, but it doesn't look that bad either. I like it-ish. And then there's this really nice looking bar of soap. A bit of the colors were morphed in with other ones because of this clay. If it touches anything like other colored clay, it'll morph a bit. But yeah, it's a nice bar of fake soap. Let me just put this all back in here. I think my favorite out of all of these is probably the crab, but maybe second is the seahorse. I don't know why I really made Spider-Man. I think it was just a phase. I don't really like superheroes that much. Okay, and last but not least is all the little bits that are in here, which I made around 2 years ago. It was in an art class that I had. I had a lot of extra time during that class, so I would usually just spend it making stuff. Here's a little truck. A red one. Doesn't have a lot of detail. There's nothing on the bottom. But it does have a little compartment. Here's a little rainbow, which is stuck to the bottom of this thing, which is a plate of breakfast. Some eggs, bacon, and I guess pancake, blueberry pancake. And here's a rainbow, which is kind of broken a bit. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff in here. Some of it's actually just bits of clay that I didn't use for anything yet. And here's a mushroom. And I went through a phase where I wanted to make things with these little sticks. So here's a lollipop. And that phase of making things with sticks lasted for a while, and I ended up making one of these little popsicles for just about every color I had. Here's one that's orange. Here's a king crab who has the tinier mushroom stick onto him. He's pretty cute, I think. And here's the tiny king crab. And there's one last thing in the reddish area. I color-coded this thing, so then all the colors would be, even if they touched each other, then it wouldn't be that bad of a color deformation. Here's a giant squid thing. Looks a bit weird. Has a googly eye. These do move, but they're a bit slimy and old. And next up is the greenish yellow blue area. And this is just cabbage, which I should probably put in the other thing. Other fruit bowl. There's a small square of green, and then this turtle. I don't know, I was really bad at eyes before. And here's a tiny little duck. And then here's the bigger duck. These have a bit of details. The beaks are pretty hard. Plus these are old. And we also have another banana. Ooh, and in the greenish section... Wait, it's stuck. We have this alligator, which its eyes are stuck somewhere. There we go. Yeah. Alligator. This took a lot of clay, and his face is a bit deformed. Like I said, all of this was made a couple of years ago, and it's been in this box for around, 2 years. There's a pizza, and then there's yellow popsicle, a bunch of cubes of clay, some random stuff. Oops. Cubes of clay, random stuff that I didn't use. I think this is egg glue. Kind of looks like a berry. And then here's a second truck. It's blue. Yes, this is light blue on the bottom. I ran out of color. I remember that. These colors weren't cheap to buy. It was like $3 for a pack of clay that only had like all the colors, but it wasn't a very big amount. Oh, and here's probably one of my favorites out of this entire thing. This little caterpillar. The eyes kind of look weird because it's a bit deformed, but it's actually got real fuzz that I ripped off of little fuzz balls. And this was from a memory that I had that I can actually remember right now. It was on a trip in a forest for, I think it was a field trip with school. And I had this caterpillar. I named him, I think, Fred. Pretty sure it was Fred. And he was like my best friend throughout the trip. And then I ended up getting a bit like sick from him. Like literal sick. Made my face puff up a bit, stuff like that. But I still loved him. He was nice and fuzzy. And I actually have some other stuff in here. There's a clam with a pearl and a tongue. And I started doing logos for a bit. This is Esso. On the back, it's actually a magnet. And it's a magnet of Esso. I have a lot of these because my mom used to work at Esso. Sorry, this one's stuck to the bottom. Guess I'll just have to film it from here. That's the Pepsi logo. And then there's Pepsi in the back, just words. I think I'm getting into the random stuff I started making. This one right here was for a friend. I have no clue what it is. He just told me to make this. And then here's one of mine that I made. It's a small toaster. I think it used to have something attached to it. Yeah, a tiny cord in here. I don't think it'll attach on now. Ooh, and here's a burger. I really like this one because it actually looks a bit real. It has all the stuff you would have in a burger. Cheese, patty, that kind of stuff. I don't really like burgers at all. And this gun actually was with this thing. I'm not sure what it is still. And then there's this bomb, which was from a character in League of Legends called Ziggs. I don't know why I made it. Kind of just looked cool. And I think the next one is... No, wait, this is the Earth. Sorry, the camera is bad. Can't really focus on this. There we go. Yeah, it's a bit of tiny Earth. Sorry for the lighting. And then here's a little jellyfish. He has little tentacles and stuff. And eyeballs. I need to start putting some of this stuff back in here so I have more room. I'm filming this on my phone, so it's quite difficult to do. I'm trying to show off all this stuff at once. It's difficult, and my back's starting to hurt. We still have the final row. This one has a couple of things that aren't actually anything. There's this big black wad. Then there's this tree. It's an apple tree, but all the apples kind of fell out because this is a puff ball. As you can see, I tried using paper clips, but it didn't work. Here's toilet paper. Doesn't look very good anymore. Here's a dice that I made out of clay. These are just puff balls. Those apples. Ooh. Oh yeah, my friend wanted me to make this. This is weed. I don't know why. I agreed to it. And then there's this corn. More corn. And it's actually on a plant. I didn't really know what corn plants looked like before. So I kind of just put a paper clip inside of this thing and bent it a bit, and then I could put corn on it. This next one is also one that my friend wanted me to make. Not the top hat. The top hat's separate, but it looks pretty good on top of this guy. I think this is from Five Nights at Freddy's puppet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's pretty creepy. And then there's a little cactus in here. Oh, and there's one of the apples from the apple tree. Kind of looked cute with him holding it. Oh, his mustache. There's one of his maracas. It doesn't really have any details on it. I'm trying to find where his mustache went. Oh, and this was another maraca. And then there's a thing of bird eggs to go in the tree. There's another apple. I think this kind of looks like a tomato. And then here's a gun. And these two small guns were actually supposed to be held by the cactus. And I think I just found his tiny mustache. So sorry, I'm trying to fix this and I'm not very good with cameras. Especially since I have to hold this and do it. Yeah, so now he's back to normal. I think I'll try and put the guns in his hands. Sorry, this requires two hands. So I'm kind of trying. God damn it. Yeah. Look, now he wants to kill you. Pew pew. I don't think I'll put the maracas in his hands. Yeah, and that's about it. Yeah, that's everything. So I guess we'll end it here. Tiny cactus.